Did you know that a simple 1951 Lincoln penny could be worth up to $1 million? Yes, a penny worth just 1 cent might just be hiding a fortune right in your pocket. Intrigued? Stay tuned to find out how this tiny coin could turn you into a millionaire overnight. We all know Abraham Lincoln graces the penny, but not all pennies are created equal. Some are rare and then some are extraordinarily rare. The 1951 Lincoln penny falls into this elite category, but only if you've got the right one. Let's dive into what makes this penny so valuable and how to check if you've got the golden, or in this case, copper ticket. First, let's talk about the 1951 penny itself. It was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, marked with a D; and San Francisco, marked with an S. Most of these coins are worth only a few cents to collectors. But here's where things get interesting. Some pennies, due to rare minting errors or unusual compositions, are worth thousands, and in the right circumstances, even up to $1 million. So what exactly should you be looking for? Let's break it down. There are 3 key factors that make a 1951 penny extremely valuable. Look for any unusual marks or misstrikes on the penny. These could be double die errors, off-center strikes, or other inconsistencies caused by mistakes at the mint. The better the condition, the more it's worth. A mint state or uncirculated penny can be valued much higher than one that's been through decades of wear and tear. Some rare 1951 pennies were mistakenly struck on bronze or silver planchets instead of the usual copper. These rare composition errors send the value through the roof. So, if you find a penny with any of these traits, you could be sitting on a potential treasure. In fact, one 1951 penny with a rare minting error sold for nearly $1.7 million at an auction. It sounds too good to be true, but it's not. With the right mint error or a penny struck on a rare planchet, these coins become incredibly valuable to collectors. If you think you've got a special penny, take it to a professional appraiser or coin grading service. It could change your life. So, before you dump out that jar of change or dismiss that penny in your wallet, take a closer look. You might just be holding $1 million coin in your hand. Who knew that a little penny could make such a big difference? Subscribe for more amazing discoveries and tips on how to spot valuable coins in everyday life. Who knows? The next coin that turns you into a millionaire could be sitting in your pocket right now. We're diving deep into something exciting. A small, everyday coin that could literally make you a millionaire overnight. That's right. This little 1960 mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny could be worth a whopping $1 million. You heard that right. This isn't just a regular penny. This one is special, and I'm about to tell you why. So, stick around, because this could be your lucky day. Now, let's talk about what makes this penny so unique. The 1960 penny was minted during the presidency of Dwight D. Eisenhower, and it features the face of the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln. While there were millions of pennies minted in 1960, the D on this one stands for the Denver Mint, where a very specific batch of pennies was produced. And here's where it gets interesting. Most of the pennies from 1960 aren't worth more than face value, but this one could fetch you upwards of $1 million. Why? Well, it's all about the rare small date and large date varieties. The 1960 D penny came in 2 versions, the small date and the large date. The small date variety is particularly rare and sought after by collectors. What's even crazier, some pennies were struck with both the small date and large date, creating a rare double die error. This error makes the coin extremely valuable, and collectors are willing to pay big bucks to own one of these unique pieces. In fact, one of these rare pennies sold for over $1 million at auction. So, how can you tell if your 1960 D penny is worth a fortune? Let me break it down. First, check for the date. The small date will have a very subtle difference in the number 6. It's much tighter and has a straighter line compared to the large date. Next, inspect your penny for a double die error. Look closely at the date and lettering on the coin. If you see any doubling, it could be a sign that you're holding a jackpot in your hand. Now, if you think you found a 1960 D small date penny with a minting error, don't start celebrating just yet. The next step is to get your coin professionally graded by an expert. Coin grading services like PCGS or NGC can officially verify if your penny is the real deal. If it checks out, you could be looking at $1 million payday. Imagine turning a penny into life-changing money overnight. So what are you waiting for? Go check your piggy banks, coin collections, or even that old jar of change sitting on your shelf. Who knows? You might be holding the next $1 million penny. If you like this video, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more exciting coin finds that could make you a millionaire overnight. Have you ever dreamed of finding a hidden treasure in your own pocket? What if I told you that a simple penny could be your ticket to becoming a millionaire, almost overnight? Yes, you heard that right. A 1964 D. Lincoln penny with the D mint mark could be worth a fortune, if you know what to look for. This isn't just any penny. It's one that collectors and numismatists are hunting for. So, grab your coin collection or check your spare change, because you could be sitting on $1 million treasure without even knowing it. The Lincoln penny, featuring the iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln, has been a staple in U.S. currency since 1909. But not all pennies are created equal. In 1964, a specific batch of pennies was minted with the D mint mark in Denver. And among these, a rare variation has become one of the most sought-after coins in the world. The D on the penny signifies that it was minted in Denver. Now, what makes this penny special? It's all about rarity, misprints, and sometimes pure chance. A small variation or mistake during production can make a coin worth hundreds of thousands, or even millions. Errors in minting can significantly increase the value of a coin. And in 1964, there were some unusual and rare errors. Some coins were struck on the wrong planchets, had double die errors, or were made using older, worn-out dies. These tiny details are what make collectors go wild. Coins with these errors are extremely rare, and collectors are willing to pay exorbitant prices for them. In fact, a mint condition, error-free 1964 D. Lincoln penny has sold for as much as $1.7 million at auction. Imagine that, turning a simple penny into a fortune. So, how can you tell if you're holding one of these rare 1964 D pennies? First, check the mint mark. Look for the D under the year. Then, inspect the penny carefully for any errors, like doubling of letters or numbers, or off-center strikes. These rare pennies are often in nearly uncirculated condition, so they should have minimal wear and tear. If you suspect you have one, it's best to get it authenticated by a professional coin grader or appraiser. Once you've confirmed you have one of these prized pennies, it's time to cash in. You can sell it at major coin auctions, through private collectors, or even online. Some coins have fetched millions at top auction houses, changing the owner's life forever. But remember, authenticity is key. Always get your coin professionally graded to ensure you receive top dollar for your treasure. So what are you waiting for? Check your piggy bank, your pocket, and your spare change jar. That 1964 D. Lincoln penny could be your golden ticket to an overnight fortune. It's not just about luck, it's about knowing what to look for. Who knows? Your next penny could turn you into a millionaire. Good luck, treasure hunters, and don't forget to subscribe for more tips on how to spot valuable treasures hiding in plain sight. That's right. An ordinary-looking 1967 Lincoln penny with no mint mark might be worth millions. And in today's video, I'm going to tell you how this small coin could turn your pocket change into life-changing money overnight. But first, let's talk about why this 1967 Lincoln penny is so special. Most of us see pennies as almost worthless these days, right? But there are a few key things that could make this coin extremely valuable. Let's break it down. First off, this penny was minted during a very interesting time. 1967 was a year when the U.S. Mint didn't put mint marks on any coins. So you won't see a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco. Instead, it was just blank. This was done to discourage coin hoarding. People were collecting coins with specific mint marks, and the mint wanted to stop that. Now, most 1967 pennies are worth, well, about a penny. But here's where it gets exciting. Rare errors during the minting process can make certain coins incredibly valuable. If a coin has a unique error, like being double-struck, misaligned, or struck on the wrong planchet, it becomes one of a kind. And for collectors, one of a kind means big money. There are some known 1967 pennies that have sold for tens of thousands, even millions of dollars because of these rare errors. Imagine finding a penny in your collection that could be worth more than a house. These rare error coins are highly sought after by serious collectors and auction houses. For example, in 2019, a rare 1967 penny with an error was sold for over $20,000. And if you have one with a more significant error, who knows? Your penny could sell for even more. So, what should you be looking for if you have a 1967 penny? First, check for any unusual features like double dies. This is when the image on the coin looks doubled. You can also look for any unusual minting errors, like misprints, off-centers, or cracks on the surface. If you're not sure if your penny is valuable, you can always take it to a professional coin grader or check out websites like PCGS or NGC, which are trusted by coin collectors worldwide. These experts can verify if your coin is a hidden treasure. Imagine waking up tomorrow as a millionaire, all because of a penny you've had sitting around in a jar. It's not just a dream. It's happened to people before, and it could happen to you. So, check your coin jars, look through your pocket change, and see if you have a 1967 Lincoln penny with an error. It could be your ticket to becoming an overnight millionaire. Hidden treasures, and the secrets that could make you rich overnight. Have you ever heard the phrase, check your change? Well, today, we're talking about one coin in particular that could turn you into a millionaire. That's right, folks, we're talking about the 1968 D Lincoln penny with the D mint mark. This isn't just any penny, though. It's one of the rarest coins that could be worth up to $1 million. Yep, you heard that right. A single penny could make you a millionaire. But what makes this penny so special? Why is it worth so much? Let's break it down. First, let's talk about the D mint mark. This means the penny was minted in Denver. In 1968, most pennies were made of copper, but some had errors in the minting process that made them extremely rare and valuable. Now, most of these pennies are only worth their face value, just 1 cent. But if you happen to find a rare error coin, you could be sitting on a fortune. For instance, some 1968 D pennies were accidentally struck twice or have double die errors, making them super rare. These errors can make the value skyrocket into the thousands. Even $1 million at auction. One 1968 D penny with an error could fetch anywhere from $10,000 to over $1 million, depending on its condition and rarity. And believe me, collectors and investors are willing to pay top dollar for these coins. Imagine finding a penny in your pocket change or old coin jar that's worth more than your house. It's like hitting the jackpot. So, how do you know if your penny is worth millions? Here's what to look for. 1. First, check for any doubling on Lincoln's face or the lettering. This is called a double die error. 2. Check the condition. The better the condition, the more valuable it is. 3. Lastly, consult a professional or get it graded to verify its authenticity. And don't forget, if you do find a 1968 D penny with these errors, get ready for the bidding wars to begin. Collectors are willing to spend big bucks on these rare finds. So, the next time you get a handful of change, take a moment to check your pennies. That little coin you thought was just spare change could turn into a life-changing fortune overnight. Do you have a rare 1968 D penny in your collection? Let us know in the comments below. And if you're interested in learning more about valuable coins, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more treasure hunting tips. Until next time, happy hunting! Have you ever wondered if that penny sitting in your pocket is worth more than just 1 cent? What if I told you that a single penny, minted in 1969, could make you a millionaire overnight? Today, we're diving into one of the rarest and most valuable pennies in history, the 1969 D Lincoln penny. This particular penny was minted in Denver, marked by the D below the date. While millions of pennies were produced in 1969, there's something incredibly special about a handful of these coins. A rare error in the minting process resulted in some coins being worth over $1 million today. But what exactly makes them so valuable? One word: asterisk asterisk doubling asterisk asterisk. Certain 1969 D Lincoln pennies have a rare error called double die obverse. This means that parts of the design, like the words liberty and in God we trust, were accidentally stamped twice. You can clearly see it if you look closely at the coin. It's an incredibly striking error that's impossible to miss once you know what to look for. So, how can you tell if you have one of these million-dollar pennies? Grab a magnifying glass and examine the coin carefully. Look for any obvious doubling on the text. If you spot it, you could be in for the surprise of your life. In fact, in recent years, collectors have paid massive amounts for these error pennies. One 1969 D double die penny sold for $126,500 at auction, and another went for nearly $200,000. The highest known price for one of these error coins is over $1 million. Imagine finding one of these in your change jar. That's millionaire status overnight. It just goes to show that sometimes, even the smallest things can turn into something extraordinary. Check your spare change. Look closely at those 1969 D pennies, and who knows? You might just be holding onto a million-dollar fortune. We're diving into a fascinating topic that could literally make you a millionaire overnight. Yes, you heard that right. A single 1972 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny. Imagine turning 1 cent into thousands, or even $1 million. Sounds unreal? Well, stick around because I'm about to explain how. What's so special about the 1972 Lincoln penny? This penny was minted during a time when millions of coins were being produced, which means most of them are pretty common. But what we're talking about here is a very specific kind of 1972 penny that has no mint mark. A coin with no mint mark means it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. However, not all of these pennies are valuable. What you need to look for is the 1972 double die penny, and this is where things get interesting. The 1972 no mint mark penny you want has a double die error. This means the coin was struck twice, causing certain features on the coin, like Lincoln's profile, the words liberty, in God we trust, and the year 1972, to appear doubled. If you can spot this error, you could be looking at a small fortune. Coins with this doubling are rare because the US Mint quickly corrected the error once it was discovered. But a few of these error pennies managed to get into circulation, making them highly sought after by collectors today. Now, let's talk about the money. Depending on the condition of the penny, these coins can be worth anywhere from $1,000 to over $20,000 at auction. But here's where things get wild. Pristine, uncirculated 1972 double die pennies have fetched over $50,000 in the past. And who knows? As demand increases, the value of these rare coins could skyrocket even higher. This is what makes it possible for one of these pennies to potentially sell for millions in the right circumstances, especially if it's in top-notch condition or it's a particularly well-preserved error coin. So, how can you identify if your penny is the golden ticket? First, grab a magnifying glass or use a high-quality image of the coin. Check for doubling in the text, specifically the word liberty, the year 1972, and the phrase in God we trust. The doubling is usually noticeable to the naked eye, but examining closely will give you a better chance of spotting it. You'll also want to assess the coin's condition. Collectors and buyers will pay more for pennies that are in excellent shape. If you suspect you found one, consider getting it certified by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC to authenticate its value. And there you have it. A single 1972 no-mint mark double die penny could be worth a fortune. So, go check your coin jars, wallets, and collections. If you find one, you might just become a millionaire overnight. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more money-making tips, and turn on notifications so you never miss a valuable update. Thanks for watching, and good luck treasure hunting. We're diving into a truly fascinating topic that could potentially make you a millionaire overnight. That's right, we're talking about the elusive 1978 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny coin. So, If you're a coin collector or just curious about hidden treasures, stick around because you won't want to miss this. Now, you might be wondering, what's so special about a penny? Well, let me tell you. The 1978 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is one of the rarest coins in American numismatics. Unlike the majority of pennies minted that year, which had a D or S mint mark, this particular coin was produced without any indication of where it was minted. This makes it incredibly rare and highly sought after by collectors. Typically, coins produced at the Denver Mint have a D mint mark, and those from the San Francisco Mint are marked with an S. But the 1978 no-mint mark penny was struck in Philadelphia, and most of these coins were mistakenly thought to be just another penny. Little did they know, some of them are worth a fortune today. Now, let's take a moment to appreciate why this coin is so significant. The Lincoln penny has a rich history, dating back to its introduction in 1909, marking the centennial of Lincoln's birth. Since then, it has become an iconic symbol of American currency. However, the 1978 no-mint mark penny adds another layer of intrigue due to its rarity. According to coin experts, fewer than 10 of these coins are believed to be in existence, and their estimated value has skyrocketed. Some of these pennies have been sold at auction for well over $1 million. Imagine holding a simple penny that could change your life overnight. So, how can you tell if you have one of these hidden treasures? First, look for the date, 1978. Then check for the absence of a mint mark on the reverse side. If it's a genuine 1978 no-mint mark penny, congratulations! You might just be holding a potential millionaire maker. Before you go rummaging through your piggy banks, remember, not all 1978 pennies are valuable. It's essential to have a coin grading expert evaluate your find. Coins in excellent condition are the ones that fetch the highest prices at auctions. So, take care of your coins. In conclusion, the 1978 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny is a fascinating piece of history and a potential goldmine for coin collectors. If you think you have one, get it appraised ASAP. You never know. It could be worth $1 million. If you enjoyed today's video and want more exciting content about coins and collectibles, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you have any rare coins in your collection? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. We're diving into a rare find that could make you a millionaire overnight. Yes, you heard that right. We're talking about the 1980 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Stick around as we explore why this little coin is worth big bucks. First, let's take a quick look at what makes the 1980 Lincoln penny so special. Minted in Philadelphia, this coin typically carries a P mint mark, indicating its origin. However, a very small number of these coins were produced without the mint mark. That's where the rarity comes in. Now, why should you care? Well, due to its scarcity, the 1980 no-mint mark penny can fetch astonishing prices among collectors. In fact, some have been sold for over $1 million at auctions. It's not just a coin. It's a piece of history that has captured the hearts of numismatists. Recent sales have shown prices ranging from hundreds to thousands, with a few exceptional pieces reaching into the millions. Can you imagine finding one of these in your pocket change? Okay, so how do you identify this rare penny? Here's what you need to look for. No mint mark. Check for the absence of the P on the reverse side. Weight and size. It should weigh about 2.5 grams and have a diameter of 19 millimeters. Condition matters. The better the condition, the higher the value. Look for coins with minimal wear and tear. So, do you have a 1980 no-mint mark penny hiding in your collection? If so, you might just be sitting on a small fortune. Remember, knowledge is power in the world of coin collecting. Make sure to check your change and let us know if you find one. We're diving into something truly fascinating that could potentially make you a millionaire overnight. Yes, you heard that right. We're talking about the rare 1981 Abraham Lincoln penny, specifically the ones without a mint mark. So, let's get started. Now, you might be thinking, a penny? Really? But this isn't just any ordinary penny. The 1981 Lincoln penny is a classic example of how a seemingly small detail can lead to incredible value. First, let's look at the history. The U.S. Mint produces billions of coins every year, but not all of them end up being valuable. In 1981, the Philadelphia Mint struck a significant number of Lincoln pennies, but most of them came with a mint mark. However, there are very few coins that didn't. Those without a mint mark are what collectors are after. Asterisk asterisk, only a handful of these 1981 pennies without a mint mark are known to exist, making them incredibly rare. When you consider that most pennies are worth 1 cent, finding one of these could change your financial future. So, what makes these specific coins worth so much? It all boils down to rarity and demand. Coin collectors are always on the lookout for unique pieces to complete their collections, and this penny fits the bill. Some estimates suggest these rare coins could be worth over $1 million. Asterisk now, if you're wondering how to identify whether you have one of these rare pennies, here's what to look for. Make sure it's from 1981. If there's no mint mark, you could be in luck. The better the condition, the more valuable it is. Keep in mind that even if you find one of these rare pennies, its value depends on its condition and market demand. Some collectors are willing to pay top dollar for coins in mint condition. So, what should you do if you think you have one of these rare pennies? First, don't rush to sell it. Get it appraised by a professional coin dealer to determine its true value. Once you know what you have, you can decide whether to sell it or keep it as a prized possession. To wrap up, the 1981 Lincoln penny without a mint mark is not just a piece of change. It could be a ticket to financial freedom. So, check your piggy banks and coin jars. You might just have a hidden treasure worth a fortune. We're diving into a fascinating piece of American history that could potentially make you a millionaire overnight. Yes, you heard that right. We're talking about the 1985 D mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny coin. The 1985 D penny might look like any ordinary penny, but there's a twist that has numismatists and collectors buzzing with excitement. This coin, minted in Denver, Colorado, during Ronald Reagan's presidency, is not just a penny. It's a treasure waiting to be discovered. So, what makes this penny so special? In 1985, over 7 billion pennies were minted. However, a very small number of these coins were produced with a unique error, a double die. This means that the design was struck twice, resulting in a noticeable doubling effect, particularly on the date and the words 1 cent. These double die pennies are extremely rare and can fetch incredible prices. While most 1985 D pennies are only worth their face value, a genuine double die specimen has been sold for thousands, and in some cases even over $1 million. Just imagine, finding one of these coins could change your life. The rarity of these coins is what drives their value. If you have a 1985 D penny, it's crucial to examine it closely. The error can be subtle, but if you find it, you could be sitting on a gold mine. Now, you might be wondering, how do I check if my penny is valuable? Here's a simple guide to help you out. Look closely at the date 1985 on the penny. If you notice a doubling effect, you might have a double die penny. Look at 1 cent and United States of America. Any noticeable doubling could indicate a rare coin. If you're unsure, take your coin to a professional numismatist for an appraisal. Now, don't rush off to your piggy bank just yet. Not every 1985 D penny will be worth a fortune, but with proper examination and knowledge, you could be on your way to making big bucks. And remember, even if your coin isn't a rare find, collecting can be a fun and rewarding hobby. Rare coins, focusing on a specific gem. The 1988 D mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. This penny isn't just any old piece of change. It could be worth a whopping $1 million. Stick around to learn how this little coin could make you a millionaire overnight. Let's start with a quick overview. The 1988 D penny was minted in Denver, and like all pennies, it features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln. However, what sets this penny apart is its rarity and unique characteristics that collectors are actively seeking. So, what makes the 1988 D penny so valuable? It's all about rarity and condition. Most 1988 D pennies are worth just a few cents. However, a select few have been discovered with minting errors. like double dies or unusual features. These errors can skyrocket their value to thousands or even millions of dollars. For example, a penny that has a clear doubling on the Liberty inscription can fetch an astonishing amount at auction. It's crucial to know what to look for. If you want to check if you have a valuable 1988 D penny, here's what to do. First, inspect your penny closely. Look for any unusual markings, double strikes, or other mint errors. You might need a magnifying glass for this. Also, consider the coin's condition. Coins that are uncirculated or in mint condition are worth significantly more. Using a coin grading scale can help you determine its worth. If you find a valuable penny, you might be wondering how to sell it. There are various options: local coin shops, online marketplaces, and auctions. Research is key. Look up recent auction results for similar coins to gauge their market value. And don't forget to get your coin authenticated by a professional to increase buyer confidence and maximize your profits. So there you have it. The 1988 D Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny could potentially make you a millionaire. If you've enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more tips on valuable coins and collectibles. And remember, one penny can change your life. We're diving into the fascinating world of coin collecting. We'll explore an incredible penny that has become a legendary treasure, the 1994 Liberty No Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny. This penny could be worth $1 million, and I'm going to tell you why. First, let's talk about what makes this penny so special. In 1994, the U.S. Mint produced a series of Lincoln pennies. Most of them came with a mint mark, but a select few did not. This no mint mark penny has caught the attention of collectors and investors alike. Why? Because it's incredibly rare. While millions of Lincoln pennies were produced that year, the exact number of no mint mark coins is unknown. It's estimated to be around a few thousand, making it a sought-after item for serious collectors. Remember, rarity is key in the world of coins. Now let's talk value. You might be surprised to learn that some of these coins have sold at auction for astounding amounts, up to $1 million. Imagine finding one in your pocket change or tucked away in an old coin jar. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar for this penny, and the prices keep rising. This is where the potential for making a fortune comes in. If you happen to own one of these rare coins, you might be sitting on a small fortune. But before you rush to check your wallet, it's important to know how to assess the value of your coin. Coin condition plays a huge role in determining worth. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with a higher grade indicating better condition. Make sure to get your penny appraised by a professional. An ungraded penny may not be worth much, but if it's in mint condition and certified by a grading service, you could be looking at a life-changing amount of money. Even if you don't have a 1994 Liberty No Mint Mark penny, don't be discouraged. The world of coin collecting is full of hidden gems, and with a bit of research and a keen eye, you might discover your own treasure. World of coin collecting, specifically focusing on the 1995 D Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Did you know this penny could be worth $1 million? That's right. Stick around to find out how you could turn this little piece of change into a life-changing fortune. Let's get started. The 1995 D Lincoln penny, minted in Denver, is part of the iconic penny series that honors our 16th president, Abraham Lincoln. But what makes this particular coin so special? It's all about the details and the rarity. Minted as part of the 93rd year of Lincoln's birth anniversary, the 1995 D penny was produced in standard quantities. However, there are certain variations, like the famous double die error, that can dramatically increase its value. Many collectors are on the lookout for these rare finds. Now, let's talk numbers. While most 1995 D pennies are worth just 1 cent, those with the double die error can fetch prices between $1,000 to even $2,000. And in pristine condition, it's rumored that some have sold for up to $1 million. Can you imagine finding one of those in your pocket change? So what should you look for? When inspecting your pennies, focus on the date and the lettering. The double die error causes a noticeable doubling effect, especially on the word Liberty. If you spot this, you've got a gem on your hands. Here's a quick tip. Always examine your coins under a good light source and use a magnifying glass for the best results. You never know what treasures might be lurking in your change jar. Coin collecting isn't just a hobby. It's an exciting treasure hunt. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting, the thrill of potentially finding a valuable coin can be exhilarating. Just imagine waking up one day, checking your pocket change, and finding a coin worth $1 million. If you think you've got a rare penny, don't hesitate to take it to a professional coin dealer or get it graded. The investment could be worth it. Remember, condition is key. The better the condition, the higher the value. And if you happen to come across one of those special double-die pennies, you could be sitting on a fortune. We're diving into a coin that could change your financial future overnight. Yes, you heard it right. We're talking about the 2008 Liberty penny without a mint mark. A coin that could be worth a whopping $1 million. Stick around to find out why this small piece of metal could be your ticket to wealth. First, let's talk about what makes this penny so special. The 2008 Lincoln penny was issued to commemorate the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. While millions were produced, the key to its value lies in a rare mistake: the absence of a mint mark. Most coins have a mint mark indicating where they were produced, either in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. The 2008 penny was primarily minted in Denver, but a small number were struck in Philadelphia without a mint mark. This oversight has made these specific coins incredibly sought after by collectors. Now, you might be wondering, how much is it actually worth? While most 2008 pennies are only worth their face value of 1 cent, this rare version can fetch up to $1 million at auction. Collectors and enthusiasts are willing to pay top dollar for these coins due to their rarity. Some have even sold for tens of thousands of dollars, depending on their condition. Coins in mint condition, known as MS67 or higher, are especially valuable. So, if you happen to find one of these rare pennies, you could be holding a fortune. Now, how can you identify this valuable penny? Here are a few tips. Look on the reverse side of the coin. If there's no mint mark next to the date, you might have a winner. The better the condition, the more valuable it is. Look for scratches, discoloration, or wear. If you have a jeweler's loupe, inspect the details closely. Look for the sharpness of the features and the overall finish. If you believe you have this coin, where can you sell it? Here are a few options. Take it to a reputable coin dealer who can evaluate its worth and offer a fair price. Websites like eBay are great platforms for reaching collectors worldwide. Attend local or national coin shows where you can connect with collectors and dealers in person. So there you have it. The 2008 Liberty Abraham Lincoln penny without a mint mark could be your golden ticket to becoming a millionaire. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more exciting content on rare coins and collectibles. Who knows? Your next penny could make you rich. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting!
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel Retire Coins. Today we're diving into a story that's blowing the minds of collectors everywhere. The 1964 Abraham Lincoln penny with a D mint mark. Could it really be worth millions of dollars? Spoiler alert, yes it could. So, let's break down why this seemingly ordinary penny is capturing the attention of coin collectors around the world. At first glance, the 1964 penny looks just like any other Lincoln cent, small, copper-colored, and with the face of the 16th president, Abraham Lincoln, on the obverse or front side. It's the reverse, where we find the Lincoln Memorial, that also looks quite standard. But the key to its rarity lies in its minting process. This coin was minted at the Denver Mint, indicated by the small D mark below the date. The Denver Mint produced millions of these pennies. So how did some of them become so incredibly valuable? Let's take a closer look. In 1964, over 3 billion pennies were minted across the country. So how does one penny from this batch stand out? Well, it all comes down to errors and misprints. In coin collecting, a tiny mistake during minting can turn a coin from ordinary to extraordinary. And in the case of the 1964 D Lincoln penny, some were accidentally struck using dies intended for other coins, creating incredibly rare variations. Some of the most valuable 1964 pennies feature minting errors, including doubling of the design, overstrikes, or even planchet errors, where the metal wasn't prepared correctly. These flaws are what make these coins so sought after. Now, let's get to the exciting part. Why can these pennies fetch millions? In some cases, a 1964 penny with significant errors or an extremely rare variety can be worth upwards of $1 million at auction. These kinds of prices are driven by collectors who are willing to pay a premium for an incredibly rare piece of history. One of the most famous cases was a 1964 penny with a double die error, which caused certain parts of the coin's design, like Lincoln's face or the date, to be struck twice. This creates a shadow effect and, when in good condition, makes the coin highly desirable. So, how can you tell if the penny in your pocket is worth a fortune? First, check the date. You're looking for 1964. Next, look for the D mint mark below the date, which stands for Denver. Then, inspect the coin closely under a magnifying glass for any signs of errors, like doubled letters or numbers, off-center designs, or odd marks. If you find something unusual, it might just be worth getting the coin professionally appraised. If you think you have a rare penny, take it to a reputable coin dealer or a numismatic expert. They'll help verify its authenticity and determine if it's one of those rare, million-dollar finds. We're talking about a specific penny that's making headlines, the 1965 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, and why some of these coins could potentially be worth up to $1 million. Let's dig in. First, let's go back in time. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Fast forward to 1965, when something very interesting happened. In 1965, the U.S. Mint temporarily stopped putting mint marks on coins to discourage hoarding during a coin shortage. So, if you have a 1965 penny with no mint mark, that's actually pretty normal. So, why could some of these 1965 pennies be worth a fortune? It all comes down to a few factors. Let's break them down. First, rarity. Although millions of pennies were minted in 1965, there are always exceptions, like error coins. These are coins that were misprinted or made with the wrong material, and they can be incredibly valuable. One of the most famous errors is the double die obverse, where the image on the front is stamped twice, creating a doubled appearance. While a 1965 double die penny hasn't surfaced yet, if one ever did, it could easily sell for 6 or 7 figures. So, how do you know if your 1965 penny is worth more than just face value? Here are a few key things to look for. Look for any doubling, misshapes, or misprints. Some pennies may have been mistakenly made from silver or other metals. The better the condition, the higher the value. So check for scratches, wear, and tarnish. Consider getting your coin graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC to get an accurate idea of its value. If you spot any of these signs, you could be holding onto a small fortune. Now, let's talk money. Recently, certain Lincoln pennies from other years with rare errors have sold for over $1 million at auction. While the 1965 penny hasn't quite hit that mark, rare variations could command a similar price in the future. So, if you find a rare 1965 penny in your collection, don't rush to spend it just yet. Get it appraised. Okay, let's say you found a rare 1965 Lincoln penny. What's next? Here's how you can sell it for top dollar. A professional grading service will authenticate and value your coin. Choose an auction house or online platform with a good reputation for selling rare coins. Sometimes private collectors will pay more for rare finds. Remember, patience is key. Don't settle for less than what your rare coin is worth. So, could that old penny in your change jar actually make you a millionaire? While it's rare, it's not impossible. Keep an eye out for error coins, and who knows, you might just hit the jackpot. We're talking about a penny that could make you rich, the 1967 Abraham Lincoln penny with no mint mark. Could one of these coins be hiding in your change and worth $1 million? Let's find out. First, let's talk a little bit about the history of the 1967 penny. This is a part of the Lincoln Cent series, which has been in circulation since 1909. Abraham Lincoln's profile has been on the penny for over 100 years, and collectors love this coin. But why is the 1967 penny so special? Well, In 1965, 1966, and 1967, the U.S. Mint did not place mint marks on any of the coins produced. This was due to the Coinage Act of 1965, which aimed to reduce coin collecting so more coins could stay in circulation. So, if your 1967 penny doesn't have a mint mark, don't panic. That was intentional. But here's the kicker. Despite the lack of mint marks, some 1967 pennies are worth way more than face value. The value of these coins depends on a few key factors, like the coin's condition, any unique errors, or even the metal composition. Coins in pristine, uncirculated condition, known as mint state, can fetch a pretty penny at auctions. Collectors are always looking for those flawless, shiny Lincoln pennies. And then we have the holy grail of coin collecting, error coins. Some 1967 pennies were struck with doubling effects or other misprints, and these are the coins that can skyrocket in value. One such coin could even be worth thousands or more. So, how do you know if your 1967 penny is the million-dollar coin? Here's a quick step-by-step guide on how to check. Look for any scratches, wear, or tarnishing. The closer it is to mint state, the better. Use a magnifying glass to carefully inspect the lettering, Lincoln's face, and the date. If you spot any doubling, misalignment, or anything out of the ordinary, your penny could be valuable. Most pennies were made of copper in 1967, but if you think your coin feels heavier or lighter than usual, it's worth having it appraised to see if it contains a rare metal mix. There have been some incredible stories of rare pennies selling for thousands of dollars. In some cases, even more. A perfect condition 1967 penny, especially one with an error, can fetch anywhere from hundreds to thousands at auction. Imagine finding a penny in your drawer that sells for $20,000. That's life-changing money for something we often overlook in our spare change. So, there you have it. The 1967 Abraham Lincoln penny might not have a mint mark, but it could still be worth a fortune if you're lucky enough to have a rare one. Make sure to check your pockets, wallets, and old piggy banks. Who knows, you might be holding onto a small fortune. Have you ever found a valuable coin in your collection? Drop a comment below and let me know your coin treasure story. And if you haven't already, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel for more awesome coin content, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Could a simple penny sitting in your pocket right now be worth a small fortune? You heard that right. We're talking about the rare 1970 Abraham Lincoln penny with the D mint mark, which could be worth up to $1 million. If you're curious, stick around as we uncover the mystery behind this unique coin. Now, you may be asking yourself, how can a penny, something many people don't even pick up when they drop, be worth so much? Well, not all pennies are created equal. Let's dive into the fascinating world of rare coin collecting and why this 1970 Lincoln penny stands out. First, let's look at some history. The 1970 Lincoln penny was minted in the Denver Mint, hence the small D mark you see under the year. Millions of these pennies were produced that year, but there's something very special about a small handful of them. Something that makes them worth not 1 cent, but potentially millions. What makes this coin so valuable is a rare minting error known as a double die. In simple terms, some pennies were struck twice, creating a noticeable doubling of certain features on the coin. Most commonly on the date, the lettering Liberty, and even Lincoln's portrait. This doubling is hard to spot unless you know what to look for, but collectors and numismatists are always on the hunt for these errors because they drive up the value of the coin by astronomical amounts. So, how do you know if your penny is one of these rare errors? Get out your magnifying glass, folks. Look carefully at the 1970 date and check if the numbers look like they've been doubled. The same goes for the word Liberty and other inscriptions on the coin. If you spot these features, you might just be sitting on a gold mine. Rare coins like these have sold for eye-popping amounts in auctions. In fact, one particular 1970 penny with a double die error sold for nearly $50,000. But why do some people claim these coins could be worth millions? Well, certain rare mint errors combined with the right market conditions can drive up a coin's value. If your penny is in near-perfect condition, what collectors call mint state, its value can skyrocket. Here's another important tip. If you think you have a valuable coin, you'll want to get it professionally graded. Experts at certified grading services will assess your coin's condition and authenticity, which is crucial for determining its market value. A professionally graded penny in mint condition could sell for significantly more than an ungraded one. So, the next time you come across a 1970 Lincoln penny, take a closer look. You might just have a rare piece of history in your hands that's worth a fortune. Who knew that something so small could hold such big potential? We've got an absolutely jaw-dropping story about one of the most unexpected finds in American coin history, the 1972 Abraham Lincoln penny without a mint mark. And guess what? Some versions of this coin are worth up to millions of dollars. You heard that right, millions. So, what's the big deal about this little penny? And how can you tell if you've got a fortune sitting in your pocket? Let's dive into the fascinating details. The 1972 Lincoln penny is a coin that most people wouldn't think twice about. It's small, brown, and seems like just another penny in circulation. But for coin collectors, a few of these pennies are incredibly valuable because of a rare error that makes them worth way more than a cent. Alright, so here's what you need to know. Most pennies from the 1972 series were minted in Philadelphia, which is why they don't have a mint mark. But what makes a few of these pennies so special is the double die error. See how the details, especially the date and the word liberty, appear to be doubled? That's called a double die error, and this mistake happens when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned. This little mistake can turn your ordinary penny into a collector's dream. The U.S. Mint in 1972 didn't have the same quality control systems we have today, and this allowed some error coins to slip through the cracks. The double die error isn't new to collectors. It's shown up on other coins like the famous 1955 penny, but the 1972 penny is especially sought after because of how pronounced the doubling is. Now, let's talk about the most important question. How much can these pennies be worth? Well, it all depends on the condition. A regular 1972 penny is only worth its face value, but if you've got one with a strong double die error and it's in great condition, you're looking at prices anywhere from $100 to over $50,000 for a high-grade coin. And yes, there have even been cases of rare variations of this coin selling for over $1 million at auction. It's mind-blowing how a simple mistake can turn into such a huge payday. So, how can you tell if your 1972 penny is worth millions? You'll need a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. Carefully check the "In God We Trust," the word liberty, and the date. If you see clear signs of doubling, you might be holding something special. Asterisk also, make sure to check the coin's condition. The fewer scratches and marks, the higher the grade and the more valuable it becomes. If you think you've found one of these double-die 1972 pennies, don't just sell it right away. Get it professionally graded by a company like PCGS or NGC. A certified grade can drastically increase its value. You could sell it at a coin auction, online marketplaces, or through private dealers. So there you have it. That little 1972 Lincoln penny in your pocket could be worth a life-changing amount of money. Go check your coins and see if you've got one of these rare double die errors. If you do, you might just be the next coin collector to cash in on a $1 million penny. 1976 Abraham Lincoln penny with the D mint mark. Could it really be worth $1 million? Let's find out. Lincoln pennies have been around since 1909, but most of them are only worth face value, just 1 cent. So what's so special about a 1976 penny with the D mint mark that has collectors buzzing? Could it really fetch you $1 million? Spoiler alert, it's not as simple as you might think. First, let's get some basics down. The 1976 penny was minted in large quantities, so the majority of these pennies are very common. They feature Abraham Lincoln on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. The D mint mark means it was minted in Denver. Denver produced over 4 billion of these pennies in 1976. So, why are people talking about them being worth $1 million? Let's dig deeper. To understand what makes a coin valuable, we need to look at 3 key factors: rarity, condition, and errors. And while the 1976 Lincoln penny might not be rare in general, some specific factors can make a single coin extremely valuable. Let's break it down. If only a few of a certain coin were produced, collectors will pay top dollar to get their hands on one. Unfortunately, most 1976 pennies aren't rare. Unless we're talking about some rare errors. Coins are graded on a scale, and a perfect coin in mint state, or MS-70, can be worth exponentially more. Most pennies you find in your pocket won't be in perfect condition, but there are always exceptions. Errors are where things get interesting. Pennies with minting mistakes, like double strikes, off-centers, or a missing mint mark, can be incredibly valuable. And it's these error coins that can sometimes be worth, well, a lot more than a penny. So, is there really a 1976 D Lincoln penny out there worth $1 million? Here's the deal. No regular 1976 D penny has sold for anywhere near that amount. However, rare error coins or pennies in nearly flawless condition can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. In 2019, a 1974 aluminum penny sold for over $2 million. But that was a prototype coin, not a regular circulation penny. Similarly, high-quality or error Lincoln pennies can go for big bucks at auctions, but the million-dollar range is rare. If you think you've got a special penny, here's how to check its value. Check for any obvious errors like double strikes, off-center designs, or unusual markings. If your penny looks nearly flawless, it might be worth getting it professionally graded. Send your penny to a trusted coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll tell you exactly what condition it's in and how much it might be worth. Remember, most 1976 pennies aren't going to be worth a fortune, but if you find a rare error or have one in pristine condition, it could be worth much more than face value. So, can a 1976 D mint mark Lincoln penny be worth $1 million? It's unlikely, but don't let that discourage you from checking your change. Rare coins are discovered every day, and you might just stumble across a valuable piece of history. If you're into rare coins and curious about hidden treasures you might have in your change jar, you're in the right place. Today, we're talking about the 1978 Abraham Lincoln penny, a coin that's been making waves in the numismatic world and could potentially be worth a fortune. So, what's the deal with this penny? Why would something as ordinary as a Lincoln penny be worth up to $1 million? Well, it's all about the no mint mark and rarity. Typically, coins minted in Philadelphia have no mint mark, while Denver coins have a small D and San Francisco coins a small S. But the story goes beyond that. In 1978, most Lincoln pennies were minted in Philadelphia, but there were a few mysterious errors or rare varieties. Some pennies were struck on the wrong planchets, the blanks used to create coins, or there were issues with their design or finish. These small errors can make a coin incredibly valuable to collectors. The 1978 penny with no mint mark could also be a rare error coin that accidentally made it out of the mint. The scarcity and high demand for these mistake coins drive their prices sky high in auctions, sometimes reaching hundreds of thousands, and in some cases, even $1 million. So, how do you know if you have one of these rare coins? Here are a few things to keep in mind. If there's no mint mark under the date, it was struck in Philadelphia. But you want to look for specific errors or variations in the coin's finish or design. Some rare pennies are struck on the wrong metal. Use a scale to weigh your penny. If it's significantly different from the standard 3.11 grams, you might have something special. The condition of the coin, or its grade, is critical. Coins in pristine condition are worth far more than those with wear and tear. Getting your coin professionally graded can make a huge difference in its value. Let's talk about some famous auction cases. In recent years, some 1978 pennies have sold for astounding prices due to rare errors. One of these pennies, found in a collection, fetched over $10,000 at auction because it was an error coin in nearly mint condition. And in 2021, a rare no mint mark penny from 1978 was projected to reach a value of $1 million due to its unique features and pristine grade. Even a penny in average condition could be worth hundreds, if not thousands. So, what should you do if you think you've got a rare penny? First, don't rush to sell it right away. You'll want to get your coin authenticated and graded by a professional. Then, you can either auction it through major numismatic auction houses or sell it to serious collectors. There are also online platforms where you can list rare coins, but I recommend doing your research and going through trusted sources. So, could your 1978 Lincoln penny be worth a fortune? The answer is maybe. It all depends on its condition and rarity. But with a little luck, you might just strike it rich. Don't forget to check your change jars, and if you find something exciting, let me know in the comments below. The 1986 Lincoln penny with an O mint mark, and why it's creating buzz in the numismatic world. Let's start with some basics. The Abraham Lincoln penny has been a staple of U.S. currency since 1909. But today, we're zooming in on the 1986 penny. Specifically, the ones that don't have a mint mark. Usually, pennies minted in Philadelphia have no mint mark, while coins from Denver and San Francisco carry a D or S, respectively. But in 1986, something strange happened. Certain Philadelphia pennies without the mint mark started gaining attention in the coin collecting community. But why is this such a big deal? Let's break it down. Mint marks help identify where a coin was made, and coins with unusual or missing mint marks are a collector's dream. Even minor variations can make a massive difference in a coin's value. The thing is, the 1986 penny doesn't have any major design errors or rare metal composition. So, what makes it so special? It's the rarity of this particular version. Collectors believe that a certain batch of these no-mint mark coins were struck under unusual conditions, making them rare and valuable. Some of these pennies have even been rumored to be worth up to $1 million. Yes, you heard that right. A coin that most of us would overlook or toss into a jar could actually be a gold mine in the right circumstances. But before you get too excited and start digging through your loose change, there's something critical you need to know. The value of these coins largely depends on their condition, or what's known as grading in the coin world. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being absolutely perfect. If your 1986 penny without a mint mark is in uncirculated or mint condition, that's where the real value lies. Coins that have been in circulation, showing scratches, dents, or wear, will be worth significantly less, but still potentially more than face value. So what should you look for? First, check the date. Does it say 1986? Then, look just below the date. If there's no mint mark at all, you could be holding something special. However, if your coin has noticeable wear, its value could range from a few cents to a few dollars unless it's graded highly by professional services like PCGS or NGC. So, is this penny really worth $1 million? Well, like any collectible, it's a mix of hype, rarity, and demand. While some coins have fetched astronomical prices at auctions, it's important to separate fact from myth. It's unlikely, but not impossible. Stories of million-dollar sales often come from coins with a perfect grade, extraordinary provenance, or significant historical interest. So, while a 1986 penny without a mint mark could be incredibly valuable, the chances of it hitting the $1 million mark are rare. But even if you don't get $1 million, these coins could still bring you a healthy profit. Okay, so you've checked your pennies and think you've found one without a mint mark. What's next? Well, don't rush to sell it just yet. Your first step should be to have it professionally graded. Submit your coin to reputable grading services like PCGS or NGC, where professionals will assess its condition and authenticity. This grading process will ultimately determine its value in the collector's market. Grading can also help you avoid scams. There are lots of counterfeit coins out there, so having a certified grading will protect your investment if you ever decide to sell. So, could you really be sitting on $1 million treasure? The odds are slim, but it's always fun to dream, right? Even if your 1986 penny without a mint mark isn't worth $1 million, it could still hold value far beyond 1 cent. Have you checked your pennies lately? You never know. Your spare change could be hiding a small fortune. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more content on rare coins and collectibles. 1989 Abraham Lincoln penny with no mint mark. You might be surprised to learn that this little coin could be worth a staggering $1 million. How is that possible? Let's find out. First, let's talk about the coin itself. The 1989 Lincoln penny features a familiar design. On the obverse, we see the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, and on the reverse, the classic 1 cent inscription surrounded by a laurel wreath. But here's where things get interesting. Most coins from this year were produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which means they typically carry a P mint mark. However, in 1989, A few pennies were minted without any mint mark at all, and that's where the rarity comes in. Now, you might be wondering, why is a penny, yes, just a penny, worth so much? The key here is rarity. While millions of 1989 pennies were minted, the no-mint mark version is incredibly scarce. It's estimated that only a handful of these coins exist today, making them highly sought after by collectors. To put things into perspective, while typical 1989 pennies might be worth just a few cents, a no-mint mark penny could fetch anywhere from hundreds to even millions of dollars at auction, depending on its condition and collector interest. So how can you tell if you've got one of these rare coins? Look for the following characteristics. Check the reverse side for a mint mark. If it's blank, you might have a winner. Coins in mint condition or uncirculated grades will be worth significantly more. Ensure it matches the standard specifications for a penny. Any discrepancies could indicate a different error coin. If you think you found a 1989 no-mint mark penny, congratulations. The next step is knowing how to sell it. Here are some tips. Consult with a professional coin dealer or appraiser to determine its value. Consider selling through a reputable auction house, especially for high-value coins. Platforms like eBay can be a good option, but ensure you set a fair starting price. We're diving into the fascinating world of coin collecting, specifically the legendary 1991 Abraham Lincoln penny. What makes this penny so special? Stick around, because you won't believe it could be worth $1 million. First, let's talk about what a penny is. The penny, or 1-cent coin, has been a staple of American currency since 1793. The 1991 penny features the iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But here's the catch. Most 1991 pennies were minted in Philadelphia, and they all have a mint mark. However, there are a few rare specimens without a mint mark, and that's where the magic happens. In 1991, the Philadelphia Mint produced billions of pennies, but a small number of these coins were struck without a mint mark. Collectors refer to these as error coins. The rarity of these no-mint mark pennies has skyrocketed their value over the years, with some coins fetching up to a staggering $1 million at auction. But why? Let's find out. The value of coins often hinges on their rarity, condition, and demand in the collector market. The 1991 no-mint mark penny is particularly sought after because it's estimated that only a few exist, making them incredibly rare. Abraham Lincoln is a beloved figure in American history, which adds to the coin's allure. Coin collectors are always on the hunt for unique pieces, and the no-mint mark penny is a holy grail for many. So, how can you tell if you have one of these rare gems? Here's a quick guide. Look for the mint mark on the reverse side. If you see no P or D, you may have a winner. Coins in mint condition or uncirculated are worth the most, so keep an eye out for any scratches or wear. If you think you've found one, get it appraised by a professional coin dealer to confirm its authenticity and value. We're diving into the fascinating world of coin collecting and uncovering the mystery behind a coin that could be worth a fortune. The 2008 Abraham Lincoln penny without a mint mark. That's right, a penny that could be worth $1 million. So, stick around as we explore the history, value, and what makes this coin so special. First, let's get some basics out of the way. The 2008 Lincoln penny is part of a series that commemorates the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The U.S. Mint released 4 different designs that year, each representing a different stage of Lincoln's life. But here's where it gets interesting. Most of these coins were produced with a mint mark, either the P for Philadelphia or the D for Denver. However, there's a rare version that lacks any mint mark, which means it was produced in the Philadelphia Mint. This is where collectors start to get excited. So, why is the 2008 Lincoln penny without a mint mark so valuable? Well, the answer lies in its rarity and demand. While millions of pennies were minted that year, only a handful of these no-mint mark coins are known to exist. In fact, some estimates suggest that this penny could be worth as much as $1 million, depending on its condition and provenance. That's right, 1 cent potentially turning into $1 million. This phenomenon is due to a combination of collectors' enthusiasm and the coin's historical significance. Now, let's talk about what sets this coin apart. The design features the iconic image of Lincoln on the front and a representation of the Lincoln Memorial on the back. But it's the absence of a mint mark that truly elevates its status among collectors. Collecting coins isn't just about rarity, it's about stories and heritage. Each penny tells a part of history, and this one is no exception. Whether it's the craftsmanship or the tales of those who once held it, the allure of this coin captures the imagination of many. So, how can you identify this rare penny? First, check the front side for the date, 2008. Then, flip it over and look for the mint mark, or lack thereof. If there's no P or D, congratulations. You might be holding a valuable coin. Make sure to inspect your pennies closely, especially if you've got a jar full of them at home. You never know what hidden treasures you might find. If you're interested in starting a coin collection, here are a few tips. Understand the history and value of coins. The condition of a coin greatly affects its value. Join forums or local coin clubs to exchange knowledge. If you think you have a rare coin, get it appraised by a professional. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed learning about the 2008 Abraham Lincoln penny with no mint mark, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more fascinating content about coins and collectibles. And don't forget to check your change. You might just have $1 million penny lying around. See you next time.